Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Dean Long from NewTek, and I ran across a cool little teaching moment this morning on this part that I'm working on. I have a flow nozzle or a flow port that is molded out of plastic, and the split line for the outside is on the center of the part. So basically this line right here, all the way around the part, is my split line. So I have a cavity and a core side. And then the inside of the part is actually going to be pulled with a radial pull. So basically a piece of tool steel is going to come in here and follow this arc, and so it's going to get extracted out, and that'll mold the inside of the flow port. But the challenge that I have is I need to actually create a full round on the end of this thing. And the challenge for the round tool in these situations is that if surfaces are too dissimilar that you're trying to put a round between, it sometimes won't let you, or it won't give it to you automatically. And there's kind of a neat little technique that I'd like to show you in order to do that. So first I'm going to show you what will not work, and then I'll show you what does work. So for example, if you're faced with this same task, if I select round, and this is a typical technique people will use, you'll see that the full round option is not there. So the tool can't go in and put that full round on those surfaces because they do have that dissimilarity. So I'll show you the technique that I like to use in situations like this. I'm going to select one side of the outside and one side of the inside, and I'm going to select full round. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to change my attachment type to be surface. So what that's doing is it's putting a quilt feature or surface feature embedded in the part, and it's a typical round feature, so everything is tangent. So I have confidence that that's okay. I'm going to select OK there. I'm going to add another round in the same way to the other side. Full round, attachment type surface, and accept it. I'll take my shading off so you can kind of see what's going on in here. And I'm going to make sure my filter is to quilt. And you'll see when I mouse over this, you can see that the surface has actually gone past the center line. And I use that to my advantage. So in this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this quilt, and then I'm going to trim it right at the split line or the center plane. And I'll drive it to the other side. And so I'm going to keep this side of this surface. I'm going to go to the other side, select that quilt, trim it right at the center plane. You'll see that I'm going to keep that side. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to select both quilts, and then I'm going to merge it. And I'm going to use a join because I've already trimmed them back, and there's a straight line intersection. It doesn't need to trim back any surface because I've already done that. Select OK, and you'll see that I have a quilt, a stitched quilt. I'll turn my shading back on. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select solidify, and I'm going to cut that away. Now it's defaulting to replace or patch. I'm not a big fan of this, so I use it sometimes, but it gets a little squirrely sometimes. So I like to use a cut. In this situation, I'll drive my cut to the proper direction, and you'll see that it's adding that round to my part. And so that is a technique that I use when the round feature gives me a little bit of a challenge when it can't resolve the feature. So I hope this has been an informative little tutorial, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Take care. Bye.